This is Guilty as Sock. It's a courtroom friend swap game where you have a prosecutor, a judge, a defense, and a few other roles. It's a pretty simple courtroom game. If you've ever seen Smosh Court, it's basically that. But yeah, I think you get it. Like and subscribe.
Wait, Dwight, can I get
kill the dog?
Oh, the bailiff has a dog, yeah.
No, not me,
Why
not
am I
me.
handcuffed? Bailiff!
Oh shit! Nah.
Bailiff's still handcuffing people.
Hit
Can't
me,
do my
bailiff.
job.
Hit me!
I can't do my job, bro.
I got this.
Oh!
Goku is accused of
Being a menace to
stalking. Goku accused of stalking,
what?
home invasion, mean mugging, and being a menace to society. All right, prosecution. You ready to prosecute?
Of course, I'm ready to prosecute.
All right, state your case.
Alright.
Defense. Your client is very scary.
No, that's just how he looks.
Hey, Bailiff, can you get the defense under control, please?
For what I understand, Mr. Goku is a little stupid and not fully up there. He has been clearly seen multiple times in multiple different settings and multiple different planets, seemingly beating the shit out of a little man called Vegeta. He couldn't even defend himself. He's clearly also been seen punching that of what was a child. Something to that level.
Who is
to
this child
show
you were speaking of?
Mr. Krillin. And
That is a fully grown man, Your Honor.
and his son.
That is a fully grown
And
man.
that is not a fully grown man.
Does Krillin even have a son?
Girl has a daughter.
Regardless, what I'm saying is that he has clearly been shown beating multiple people up and punching them in multiple different settings when they clearly don't want to fight. He clearly has some problems, and the fact that he goes out of his way and beats people up for fun.
That is true, that is true.
It does. All right, defense. You want to open?
Your Honor, I'd like to start by saying, Mr. Goku here, he's one of the strongest men I know. Not only in physical strength, but in character. And he, like, as in any battle, cannot be defeated, and as such, he will beat this case. You see, Your Honor, does my client fight? Yes, on occasion. However, all of that is done in simple self-defense. As you may know, there's photographic evidence of Mr. Vegeta attempted to assault my client and his friends before the altercation occurred. As for Krillin, he is actually a friend of my client. They had sweets together. They would go to places together, and they love each other. So I would say, to accuse him of violating his friend in such an awful way, in which they spar. They're both trained by the same master. To accuse him of doing that by other people, not by Krillin himself, is in clear violation. Okay.
My bad. Misclick, but
For the accusations made against my client, one being in self-defense and one not corroborated by a friend of my defendant here, they hold no water.
Interesting. You know, I did like Dragon Ball Z. I did watch all of that.
Dragging these balls on your face.
Okay. What was that?
Not you, Mr. Judge.
I want to hear from our journalist real quick. You watched Dragon Ball, didn't you?
I did.
What did you think so far of this case?
Your Honor, I'm receiving some news here from our reporter in downtown, and it's pretty worrisome. I cannot tell you until I'm done writing this article, but this may change the way that this courtroom is going.
That was really interesting, journalist.
When you be finished with that article?
In a little bit.
Okay. We'll let him cook for a little bit.
Oh, I see.
It's
Okay,
done.
never mind.
Oh
Oh my god!
Prince Saiyan
Oh
Vegeta
my
dies in the
God.
hospital from his
really good.
What a menace!
Oh man,
What
I just
a-
passed it over to
Holy
prosecution.
shit,
Would you
he
like
died.
to continue defense or?
What a menace!
Your Honor, this evidence was not This evidence was not brought before the case and was not brought before us for cross-examination. Clearly, it should be stricken from the record.
I'll take it into consideration, but prosecution, what do you have to say about that?
I have a lot to say about this.
You have a lot to say about it. You better start saying a lot right now.
I am gonna start saying a lot. I am certainly talking.
You're talking, but you ain't saying a lot.
Oh, I'm saying a
Bailiff,
lot.
he ain't saying a lot, is he?
He ain't saying a lot. I think I'm gonna have to.
Am I a duck? Can I not use anything? Why can't I use my even cards?
Oh, you have to click on it, Your
Not
Honor.
your turn, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Bro, stop typing.
But
Your Honor, I'm handcuffed.
Fuck you.
I'm handcuffed, Your Honor.
Okay,
Your
okay.
Honor.
He's telling on me. He's telling on me.
There was clearly audio recording of a conversation that Goku had with his wife. And it shows some gruesome acts he committed. Would you like to hear such video?
I would like to hear this audio recording. What did you just say?
Put on the bot.
Play on the bot, Chris.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Oh,
Wait, are you sending the video?
Oh no!
Oh no.
No way! Can we all hear it?
Chi-Chi, I'm home. Goku? What are you doing here? Bit of an odd question, isn't it?
It's a bit of
What?
an odd question.
I said it's a bit of an odd question, isn't it? This is my home, so I should be allowed to shelter at my own
Makes
convenience.
sense to me.
I suppose I suppose, yes. I do suppose. Tell me, Chi-Chi, where's my boy? I don't know. You really don't seem to know much, do you? He's out training with Piccolo or one of the others. Thought you didn't know where my son was at. It was just an educated guess.
Kinda aggravated.
Is that right? Where did you go to school? What? So educated, you must
Your Honor,
have
he
some
seems hostile.
He
master's
seems a little
or
hostile.
doctorate to be making such bold claims. Goku, you're scaring me.
Oh.
You've always been an ungrateful pile of dirt. What? Dirt beneath my feet. Only there to breathe life into the seeds I plant. What do you mean? I don't know. Soil. No, I don't think I am. How much have you ever lost on a game of cornhole?
Like, definitely an abusive relationship I'm listening to.
Are you deaf? I don't think I've played, okay? Of course you have. You've been playing your whole life. You just didn't know it yet. I want you to toss that senzu bean into my mouth. Oof! A major airball has landed Chi-Chi into the fight of her life. Can she overcome her godlike husband and live to see another day? Or will she perish like the countless foes that have crossed his path? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
There we have it.
Your Honor?
What?
Now
Your Honor,
as
he sounded a bit aggressive, Your Honor.
Sounded pretty
No,
aggressive.
Now, as you might see, the officials when hired me as a detective to go investigate the house that they were in, and when I went there, I found some gruesome. Well, I found.
Oh.
Your Honor, objection. Pass it over to me.
Sure.
You see, Your Honor, this witness is drunk. They don't know what they're talking about.
That's not a witness.
He said that he was there and witnessed witnessed a weapon.
I'm not a witness.
You called yourself as a detective.
No.
Supplying evidence.
That's the
He said this
thing.
is what you found.
I was hired as a detective. I didn't witness any act.
Which would be a conflict of interest. You see, what I actually have is the PI report from a private investigator sent. And that was nowhere there. So having a separate detective who is now the prosecutor for my client seems to be very convenient, Your Honor, as there was no bloody knife in the PI report. I have just sent it to you.
Oh,
So-
are you sure?
Oh,
That's the
Yes,
thing.
this was a third-party
Order,
PI
order,
client.
order. Where is this
Third-party
knife right
PI.
now? Did you retrieve it and confiscate it?
Yes, we did. I showed you the evidence. Yeah.
There you have it. Defense. The knife was
And
confiscated.
you see? That was a trap. There were fingerprints on the knife, none of which belonged to my client. They belong to the prosecutor across from me.
Oh, sir, really? May I state my prosecution, or I guess
Yeah,
defense
you
for
may
this case?
prostitute. Go ahead.
Prostitute.
You heard me.
The judge is a.
Oh,
The evidence is
may
clearly
I?
planted, Your
May
Honor.
I call a witness to the stand?
Yes, you may. You may call your other witness.
For
Also
what
drunk, Your
I
Honor.
for what I understand, there were two private investigators, detectives that were hired on the scene. One was me, and the other one was Mrs. Cornwall.
Tommy, can you get Mrs. Cornwall sworn in?
Yeah. Miss Cornwall, would you like to swear into the oath?
Oh, wait, is nobody the?
I think she did it. I think she did it.
Davi, play Mrs. Cornwall.
I.
Do that one more time. Do that one more time. Nate.
I.
Damn, he ducked him.
So why did
You're
I
a
get
quack.
called here?
Oh shit!
Why did I get called here?
Swear the detective in.
Yeah,
I
look,
swear
fuck
that
you.
sucks.
See, I did it. You're welcome.
All right, you're so good at your job, bailiff.
Man, wait, let me swear the bailiff. Fuck you, bailiff.
Oh shit!
Damn,
Oh, he swore the bailiff already.
swore the bailiff.
I'm sworn in. I'm sworn in.
Sworn in.
All right.
All right.
Quack, Your Honor.
He did it, Your Honor. He did it.
Okay, proceed with your questions, prostate.
Type shit.
What?
Prostate.
We were both at the scene, right? We found the knife.
Yes.
We saw the knife. Now, I always wear my trusty gloves at the knife, and so do you, Mrs. Cornwall. So, for what I understand, when we got the knife and delivered it to the proper authorities,
Quack, Your Honor. Hearsay.
no, I was a detective there at the scene, and so should we. Was that correct, Mrs. Cornwall? We were both there.
That is correct. Yes.
And we both saw the knife and delivered it to the proper authorities.
We did.
There was no other private investigator there either, or was there?
Quack, Your Honor. I said
Not
the
that I
private
remember,
investigator
no.
went before them, sure that there was no knife at the crime scene before they got there.
Oh, well, why?
Quack.
You do wait. Hold on. Didn't you say the knife was planted?
Yeah, you
Are you
just
saying
said
it was
the
planted
knife
by them?
You said that the knife was
Quack, yes.
planted by you.
Their prints are on the knife, and the PI report showed there was no knife there before they got there. Clearly, it was planted. Quack.
Clearly, alongside with the audio recording that we have just seen, and considering the audio recording even stated that Chi-Chi was in a fight for her life, and we know Goku went off-world, and currently this is why we are here in space, as we have retrieved them from a different planet. It all correlates.
Objection, Your Honor.
Goku.
Just because my client travels does not make him guilty.
No, I'm not saying it's just because he travels. I'm saying he hid the knife and ran away. Clearly,
Makes sense.
dodging.
Interesting.
And this was all witnessed by Mrs. Cornwall, right?
All right.
It was.
Wait, hold up. Your Honor, he said
defense.
this was witnessed by Mrs. Cornwall. However, he says that they were both at the scene as they found the knife.
Yes, I mean, though, we found the knife. That was witnessed. Knife. We've witnessed a knife.
All right, so these two PIs who were there together and are now prosecuting my witness happen to both be there as the knife was found with his prints on it.
My prince. That seems to be a bold claim.
It is in the evidence report, Your Honor. You can look at it.
I see it.
Quack. Can you unduck me, Quack?
This trial is. This whole court is a foul. I couldn't think
Your
of a
Honor.
better one. Oh,
So,
breaking news.
it's all right.
Oh, breaking news.
Oh,
Oh shit. Holy shit.
Damn,
Wait.
another one's dead.
Wait, but he's in the courtroom right now.
Exactly. Thank you, Your bailiff. You see, my client has been off-world, as the prosecutor has mentioned, and Krillin had not had a severe physical altercation with my client ever. They've trained together, but they have not had that. In the same way, now, yes, I concede that Vegeta and my client have gotten into an altercation before, in self-defense, mind you, but Krillin has not. And Chi-Chi, where is she? You see, he says it was stabbed Chi-Chi. Vegeta and Krillin are the ones who are dead. And you have the audio recording of simply my client, Goku, and his wife lovingly role-playing. As you see, that is a parody of No Country for Old Men.
Okay. It sounded like
Oh,
violent. Do we have Chi-Chi as a witness? We have a nosy
No.
janitor. Is
Where
that what
is she?
Chi-Chi is?
You know what? Let's call that janitor the stand, if you don't mind.
Sure, we can call the janitor.
May I ask?
Wait, hold on. Yo, swear that man. Bailiff,
Huh?
swear them in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck.
Alright.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed.
You are a nosy janitor, and that nosy comes from the fact that janitor was only your temporary assignment in the GOKU household, correct?
Yes.
Is it not true that before taking on this job, you were hired as a private investigator to pose as a janitor within the GOKU household?
That is true. That is true.
Which is exactly why I
Objection. He has no evidence of that.
report submitted to you, Your Honor,
Overruled.
showing
Objection. He
Overruled.
has no evidence. He has no
Your
evidence.
witness is
sir.
fingerprints, there is a PI report, there is a witness, all of which showing that my client has not done anything of the sort to his wife, and that the knife had not appeared before this man and his own private detective, who, by the way, works for him, arrived to the scene.
Oh, conflict of interest, Your Honor. I think that's another ad hominem right there.
That's an ad hominem if I've
Exactly.
ever heard one.
May I state my defense towards this man?
I mean,
You're the
sure. Would you like to
prosecutor.
cross-examine the witness?
Why would you want to defend that man? I thought you were prosecuting him.
Well, my defense against this man. For what I understand, you seem to have been a PI before in your past life, or before. I mean, you I guess worked as a nosy janitor.
Yes.
Oh, really? You were. So you wrote the PI report, apparently?
I did.
That's the thing. So then why was Chi-Chi's blood on that knife?
I not sure. I didn't test the blood.
Apparently he's saying that I'm the one that planted the knife.
Your Honor, is there any proof the blood belongs to my client's wife?
Is there any proof, prosecutor?
Yes, there is. We found and we found the knife and we delivered it to the proper authorities. They did the test.
All right, bring the test. You can't just find a bloody knife and say it's someone's blood.
Yes, we can.
Your Honor.
We have multiple.
We have so much evidence.
Fitness app tracker.
Get that blood pumping. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Your Honor, my client and his
fitness-
wife both exercise regularly.
Yeah, yes, of course. But you see, in this fitness app, it requires you to deliver a blood sample in order to understand how your blood works and what type your blood is.
I've heard of those. I've heard of that app.
You see, this is a very advanced society in which when you use this certain methods, it allows for the user to, when you're running or whatever, it tests out.
Yeah. We stay on track. We get it.
Yeah, you understand.
Your Honor, the prosecutor
point
has
is-
blood on his neck.
Wait, prosecutor, can you turn your head a little bit?
How do I even do myself? Can I even do that?
Bailiff, you can see it, right?
This.
Oh, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
It seems pretty
Prosecutor,
blatant.
whose blood is that on your neck?
What?
Why don't we test that against your fitness app, huh?
Okay.
You see, I was cooking, as you may see.
Oh.
Did you have it?
I might have
Okay,
gotten,
okay.
I might have
That makes
gotten,
sense.
I might have gotten a bit of ketchup on me as I was cooking. As you
Well,
see.
when you're cooking, were you using a knife? It's important.
No, I don't use a knife. I
Don't
simply
use a
made.
knife.
I didn't use no knife. I
Why
simply
were your fingerprints on the knife?
my fingerprints. Can you prove that my fingerprints were the fuck?
Well, you no longer have fingers, so.
Bailiff, fix him.
Keep talking.
Wait, what the fuck?
Why did you get a? What the
You
fuck?
saw that too, Nathan?
Yeah, he got a fucking.
What?
He's like
He's
mouth
clearly a master
extended.
disguise.
What? What happened?
I don't. Never mind. Whatever.
He had a beard.
Yeah,
Very-
I'm willing
very
to
easy to-
submit the fact that his fingerprints were contaminated, after the fact. But prosecutor, continue with your original point.
Wait, well, yes, the fitness tracker presented. We know what Chi-Chi's blood is. Now we have directly correlated that with the blood that was on the knife, and the point that this attorney is making and saying nosy janitor was there before us apparently, and it doesn't make any sense timeline wise. We found the knife I have a witness that said that we have found that she does not work with me. We are just hired separately. She does not work with. That is a straight lie. We were hired differently.
Can I call his witness to the stand?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, swear in. You're
Let's
back.
see. Let's see. What word is appropriate? What's the word? What are you thinking, Judge?
I like a nice cunt.
All right. Hunt. He's all set, Your Honor.
Whoa, chill.
Mrs. Amateur Detective. The prosecutor here says that you do not work for him. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, you are an amateur detective, and he has been hired as a detective many times in his life, it seems like, as he was hired for this case.
I mean, look at that hat.
A
Like, come on.
seasoned detective, yes, look at that hat. Who trained you to be an amateur detective?
I've had many teachers in my life.
Was the prosecutor one of them?
I don't think so, no.
You're under oath.
No. I don't think the prosecutor was ever my teacher.
Have you worked with him in the past?
I have.
Oh, but before this case, you've worked with him.
Once.
For what was it, may I ask?
We were looking to find the owner of a nightclub that went missing.
Objection. This is completely irrelevant to the case. It has nothing.
Your Honor,
to
I'm
do
clearly
with
trying to create to establish a link between the witness and
Well, that's the thing.
the
She
prosecutor.
just told you that there was nothing. And even
She
if we have,
she just
even
told me that they worked together before this case.
Okay. Defense, wrap it up.
Okay.
Even if we
You've worked together before this case. What brought you into this case? He was brought in by another party to investigate my client. How were you brought into this case?
In this case, you mean in the crime scene?
Yes, as a detective, going to find the knife at the same time as the prosecutor here.
I think
I was the
what he's
closest
asking is
one
who hired you.
to the crime scene. If you would look over in the crime report, I specifically state that soon after me and the prosecutor got there, our units came in a little bit later. I was simply the closest one to it, alongside him. We were not together at that point. We just happened to arrive at the location, not at the same time, but close enough.
Your Honor, this was a deflection of the question.
It's not a deflection.
Rephrase the question for me.
Mrs. Detective, who hired you to be on this case? That there was one for my client and one for for the prosecutor. Why were you there? Who hired you?
Nobody. I volunteered.
You can't volunteer to be on a private domestic case.
Yeah, that doesn't add up. How were you assigned this
You
case?
can't. I asked them if I could work on this case because this case is related to people I've seen my entire life. I grew up with.
Your Honor, that'd be a mishandling of evidence and conflict of interest. If she had interacted with evidence at all, it should be thrown out. She has no chain of command. Mind you, this is all just to establish a poor character. These two, while the blood,
No
even
objection. Objection. There are volunteer reserve officers who can volunteer for such work.
All right, order. Prosecution, give your closing statement.
My point is that every single one of his statements just don't correlate. Me and Mrs. Cornwall, we happen to see the knife, and we even know that the blood came from Chi-Chi. But yet he states with no evidence that I planted it there. It doesn't make any sense. The timeline of his events don't correlate. We have more evidence to prove that Goku was abusive. We know. And considering what he is being accused of stalking, home invasion, mean mugging, which he is currently doing to you, Judge Quiver.
Yes,
Oh my god.
He is mean mugging. And being a menace to society, as we know, as he goes around asking people if they want to fight. Everything he has defended has only been very slight. He's never actually proven anything that could put Goku away from the crimes that he has committed. Thus, that is my defense. That is my defense.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Or my prosecution.
I got it.
may I give my closing statement?
Hold on. What are you saying, Zabi?
No, I'm speaking. I'm speaking my reporter here. They're telling me what's happening on back on Earth.
Okay.
Just keep going. Keep going.
You
I'm
just let me know when you come up with some story or whatever.
Yeah. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Okay. Closing
Your Honor, you
statement.
see, the prosecutor has. I enjoy something that he said. He's saying that there has not been enough proof, and that my accusations against him planting it are somewhat baseless. The proof against my client, so far, has been a private recording of him and his wife during a roleplay of No Country for Old Men. It has been a knife with not my client's fingerprints on it, with, yes, the blood of Chi-Chi, but that does not mean that it was my client. All it means is that she is hurt and my client is sitting here having to worry about her. My client also has a friend who we just recently found out has passed in the hospital while he was off planet. Nothing related to him. The only thing that has been related to him at all is the Vegeta fellow who we already proved was in self-defense after we had evidence of him, photo evidence of him assaulting our client and his friends. So, may I ask, what evidence does the prosecution have that links him to any crime? None! They have provided evidence of things having happened to people that are related to my client, which seems to be related to the private detective as well that was brought in. So, it is just as likely for either the prosecutor, the private detective, to be guilty as it would be my client. Not enough proof, not enough for beyond a reasonable doubt. And that is what we go for in this courtroom.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
All right.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I have a small piece of evidence that's gonna. Your Honor, I think they found the culprit.
Oh shit.
Could it be?
Oh!
What happened to the Dragon Balls?
It's black!
Goku Black!
Wait, what is it? What does this mean?
Your Honor, it was Goku Black, not Goku.
Your Honor. Your Honor, this man is not black.
This man is not black!
This man is not black.
It was so hard to realize with all the shadows and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so perfect.
I cooked so much with those pictures.
Your drawings are actually really fucking good.
This case is utter. Okay, this case is utter bullshit. It was from the fucking video of Goku. It was Goku. It was
No,
Goku.
it was Goku
not-
Black posing as Goku.
No way. Absolute bullshit. I call for a retrial.
There's no way.
think
Dobby,
it's
go like
Goku.
and subscribe real quick.
Like him, subscribe, and Munt.
Mont.
Mont.